Shedeur Sanders continues to put on show at Browns OTAs. Grown put up the best stat line on day 2 with roughly half of the opportunities. The Cleveland Browns rolled into day 2 on Wednesday, which provided more tangible details from practice. The division of reps, specifically in team periods like 11v11, was closer to the way head coach Kevin Stefanski claimed it would be. The reps were not going to be equal, but they will be more than enough to make a proper evaluation. However, the stat line for Shedeur Sanders should instill confidence in those waiting for him to see the field. He went 7 of 9 for 3 touchdowns, all in the red zone with no interceptions. Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel both finished the day with 16 passing reps each. Joe Flacco pulls in the second most reps at 14, with Shedeur Sanders only getting 9 reps and not being involved in the 11v11 period. Sanders fans should not read too much into the number of reps, especially this early. It's a normal QB competition, and the team is making adjustments to practice to maximize all possible reps. Shedeur's completion percentage, even in camp, is noteworthy. With limited reps, Sanders completed 78% of his passes. Gabriel also had a good day, completing just a shade under 70%, 11 of 16. He also added 2 touchdowns of his own. The one negative on Gabriel's day was a tipped ball at the line of scrimmage by fellow rookie DT Mason Graham that resulted in an interception and a defensive score, while inside their own 20. Flacco and Pickett completed 64% and 56% respectively. Neither veteran threw touchdowns or interceptions as part of the reps they took. Ball placement was again a highlight of the day in practice from all of the Browns quarterbacks, especially Sanders. Each of Sanders' throws were deliberate, on time, and on target. This is a small detail that should not be overlooked when viewing this QB competition through the lens of what Stefanski is looking for. His system relies heavily on accurate decisions under the right circumstances. If Sanders continues to deliver the ball accurately, on time, and protects the ball, he will remain in a good place within this QB competition. After practice, every veteran player who spoke with the media took time to mention Sanders in a very positive light, from fun interaction in the QB room to how he performs this early in camp. All 3 players were asked about conversations in the QB room. All 3 gave great player camaraderie answers, including a number of topics they refused to share. Flacco added some details about what younger players ask him, including Shedeur, who picked his brain about his drop-back steps. This casts significant doubt on outside narratives that Sanders might be struggling. To hear the comments from Browns coaches and players, there is no indication that Sanders has been anything other than productive, efficient, and a good teammate. Practice will continue on Thursday but will not be open to the media. Birria o Chao. The air smelled like fresh turf, and the energy at the Cleveland Browns training facility crackled like static before a thunderstorm. Cameras clicked. Reporters whispered. Coaches watched, arms crossed, with poker faces trying to mask their excitement. But no one could ignore what was happening on the field. Shedeur Sanders was putting on a show again. It wasn't just the velocity of his throws or the way the spiral never wobbled. It was the presence, the poise, the rhythm. He made everything look easy, like he was born to run a franchise. And maybe, just maybe he was. Day 4 of Browns OTAs. Rain had threatened all morning but never arrived. Under the gray Ohio skies, Shedeur jogged onto the field in a crisp white practice jersey with the number 14 stitched across his chest, a number that was quickly becoming symbolic of hope. Deshaun Watson watched from the sideline, helmet off, arms folded, nodding occasionally. He'd been recovering, rehabbing, physically present but spiritually distant from the center of the buzz. Because this spring, all eyes were on the rookie, and Shedeur didn't disappoint. First drill, quick reads. He fired bullets across the middle, hitting slot receivers mid-stride, no look, as if he had a cheat code for defensive alignments. Then came the deep throws, a 45-yard bomb to Amari Cooper that dropped in like a drone delivery. A seam route to David Njoku that split 2 safeties with laser precision. Damn, one defensive back muttered, shaking his head after yet another perfect ball whizzed past his ear. The team huddled up. Offensive coordinator Ken Dorsey leaned in. Whatever he whispered to Shedeur, the young QB nodded once, then jogged back to the huddle, helmet in hand. But he already knew how this play would end. And it ended, of course, with another touchdown.